In honor of Juneteenth, we've been introducing you to people all week long who have created a legacy here in mid-Michigan. And today we're highlighting the wonderful Marilyn Rogers. She is one of the original founding Lansing Juneteenth committee members.
Yes, and as they come upon their 30th anniversary, she tells Rochelle the journey it took to getting the holiday recognized in the state of Michigan. Take a look.
And so Lansing is really dear to my heart. From the school system, the educators, the people that generally cared about your outcome.
Meet Marilyn Rogers.
Helping might be my middle name.
Or Marilyn Helper Rogers, as she refers to herself. And that's because she is behind some of the city's biggest improvements. From serving as Andy Shore's community outreach coordinator to recently working on a documentary that discussed the displacement and redlining of several black families in Lansing. Marilyn Rogers is one of Lansing's greatest treasures.
We've always been true at heart to what's good for Lansing.
But Rogers knows what's best because she's Lansing born and made.
We grew up in the days where you didn't lock your doors. Neighbors, everyone knew one another. Everyone was your parent as far as the neighbors, the adult neighbors.
And although she says the city has made its changes throughout the years, some core values have remained the same, such as the Lansing Juneteenth celebration. Long before it was recognized as a national or state holiday, Rogers and the Lansing nonprofit Peers, the Progressive Empowerment Education Resource Service, spearheaded the annual celebration.
Juneteenth in Lansing has always been celebrated, and it started right here in this church. This is the foundation of the Lansing Juneteenth celebration. It began here with a church member who lived in Texas, brought that Texas spirit of Juneteenth here, and he taught us what Juneteenth meant, especially to the people of Texas, what it should mean to us, even though we were in a northern state, that we should be celebrating freedom.
And as they come upon their 30th anniversary, she is proud to say they've advocated for the holiday to become recognized by the state of Michigan. They continued until it became a federal holiday. They awarded thousands of dollars to students in their annual essay contest and scholarship program. But even with all their accomplishments, it was no easy feat.
It's hard to get funding for something you believe and maybe somebody else doesn't understand, to incorporate it into your local government.
But as the holiday becomes more prominent, she's been able to help other communities spearhead their own celebrations.
And many of them are now learning about Juneteenth, experiencing Juneteenth in their communities, and they've asked me, well, what can we do? Well, there's a lot that you can do, even if it's just maybe acknowledging. There's been some real interesting celebration activities going around in our region, even beginning with our libraries, book clubs, focusing on books that talk about Juneteenth and how people felt. There's been movie nights to share some of the information by movie viewing. Certainly, ultimately, it's our goal and our desire that when you say Juneteenth, you don't have to explain it. People get an idea, but you can always provide more information because we're still learning history, all this unwritten history.
So as we continue to educate ourselves about Juneteenth, educate yourself on the people who are behind the city's changing landscape.
My name is Marilyn Rogers, and I'm a Lansing Changemaker.
What a wonderful woman. Here is a list of many Juneteenth events that are happening all around an area. So definitely take a look, and you can of course always find this on our website as well. But you can also learn more about other Lansing Changemakers during WILX's 30-minute Juneteenth special called Unity in the Community. So you'll definitely want to tune in on June 19th, 20th, and 25th to learn all more.